So let us understand what is proportional limit, elastic limit, and yield point. So in engineering stress strain curve, you can see here point A is known as proportional limit, where stress is directly proportional to strain. So this is also known as Hooke's law. It means there is no any plastic deformation or change in shape and length of the engineering materials if we apply the load to this point A. Point B is known as elastic limit, where if we remove the load at point B, suppose that if we apply the load P and remove this load, then material retain its original shape and size. So there is no any deformations. But what is the difference between point A and B is showing this amount? So point A and B showing slightly apart. Why? Just because of due to non-linear elasticity. Okay, so come to the point C. Point C is known as yield point, where we can see the considerable, or we can say permanent amount of deformation. This permanent amount of deformation here is small, but we can detect through different techniques. One of the technique is UTM machine. We can do the tensile test and know the particular point. But we should also remember that at elastic limit, there is a possibility of permanent deformation. There is a possibility of permanent deformation, but we cannot detect very very small amount of permanent deformation happen at this point B, but we cannot measure it. That's why the yield point is starting from slightly away from elastic limit, or it is generally measured at 0.2% of the engineering strain. So it is also known as poor stress. Okay. So why 0.2%? Why not 0.1%? So we have to think these questions.